Today we're going to be using Geogebra to show Pythagorean Theorem. We're going to be demonstrating this using Geogebra with area. And if I were to go to Google and I were to look up Pythagorean Theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and most of these pictures are using area. Previously we proved the Pythagorean Theorem using similar triangles. Today we're going to show that this is a squared, which is an area of a square of one of the legs, a by a plus another leg, the green and the purple, then a square created by b is equal to the red square, a square with the side of the hypotenuse C. So let's go to Geogebra and start our construction. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just moving my graphics view. I am in the algebra view. I'm actually using the older version of Geogebra. I have not upgraded it. I thought I downloaded the new one, and I'm going to have to download the new one. So there is a 3D. This is the older version. It won't matter for this. So we're going to use the line tool, and then we're going to use a perpendicular tool. And if you don't know how to use a perpendicular tool, it's select point. Now what I'm doing right now is creating a right triangle. Now I'm going to use the line tool again. Click on the point A, and then someplace anywhere I want on this. Now I'm going to be going very slowly and checking my work. I'm on the polygon tool and I'm going to the left. Point C, point A. I'm actually hovering to make sure I'm hitting the points. Now I'm going to check. On the top one there's an angle tool, and let's just make sure that we have a right angle. Even if I move this around, it's always a right angle. So this is excellent. These circles, you can turn them off. I'm just hiding them. Now I'm going to be showing the area of one of the legs squared plus the area of one of the, making a square using one of the other legs is equal to, adding them together is equal to the hypotenuse, a square with the sides of the hypotenuse. So we're going to just call this A. I'm just putting this in there as a reference. I'm going to be using the compass tool. I already have it selected, but it's the third one down. I'm going to click C, B through C. And this is what I'm doing is I've opened up the compass so it's this distance C to B, and that's that distance right here. So I need to use a perpendicular tool. You can use parallel line tools as well, but I'm going to use a perpendicular tool. And there's a perpendicular tool. Now I'm going to hit the intersection. For some reason my intersection tool is very finicky. Back to the perpendicular, point D, and the line it goes through. And now we're going to intersect. And if it doesn't, there we go. Now we're going to go back to our polygon tool. When I hover over, I have to make sure that I'm hovering over and it says the point. Otherwise, you could mess up. So I'm going very, very slowly. I'm hovering over point D, going to the left. I'm going to make sure it says point C before there I had it. Point C. Now I'm going to go to point B, back to point E. This is from my own experience, not getting it perfect every time. Check my angles. And they're all 90 degrees. So this is really nice. It's going to be able to move. And you know, for a moment here, I'm going to right click on these, and I'm going to actually change my colors. I'm going to go with a brighter red for the triangle, and I'm going to change this color right here, and I think I'll go with a yellowish color, probably a little bit darker yellow. Here we go. And I'm going to hide these angles. And hide this, and I'm going to hide that pen stroke. Now I'm going to hide this conic, and now I'm going to make a square by this length. I'm going to call this leg B. So I'm going to make a square B by B by B. I'll put a B right here just so I know. Alright, so I'm going to use my compass tool and point A, and I have to make sure it says B, because if it doesn't say B, it's not going to work. Back to A. And I can move my graphics view so I can see stuff. I am going to have to get rid of this stroke because when I move my graphics view, that goes. Alright? Now I'm going to use my perpendicular tool. Notice I'm hovering and then the line it goes through. Intersection, that takes a little bit of patience. Now here, hovering point F and the line it goes through. And then intersection tool again. There we go. Now I'm going to go to the polygon tool to the left. Point B, point A, point F, point G, and it's not hitting B yet, so I'm going to make sure it says point B, B. Now check my angles. They should all be right. and I'm going to check my construction. Sometimes, see, you have to even, because I'm drawing all these things, they're all layered, they're hard to find point A, you have to go there. Now it's always true, so that's excellent. So now remove or hide these angles, and I'm going to hide this conic. Now I'm going to work over on my side, the hypotenuse C, and make a square C by C by C. So I'll start with my compass. I'm going to hover till I find the point A. Might take a minute. Point A, point C, back through A. Now I'm going to do a perpendicular. Click on point A and the line it goes through. Intersection. I got it this time. Now we're going to do this one. Point H and the line it goes through. And sometimes I make errors, so I'll do that again. I have to go you can bring back your intersection. So point H and the line it goes through. I don't see the other part there. Move my graphics view. You don't want to use this move key because you can actually move the points and mess it up. So I'm going to go back to C, perpendicular. So I'm going to click find, hover till it says point C. Might take a moment. It's just being stubborn. It's because there's so many things overlapping. And now one more thing. And we're going to go over these points and make sure it hovers over to say point A, hover over point C, and hover here. Check our angle. It should be perfect, and it is. So now let's move my graphics view, and let's change a couple colors here. And I guess I'll go with a green up here, and I'll do another color down here, and I guess I'll just do this color. And now let's remove, actually going to hide all these things right here. Just press on these dots. Another way of doing it is if you just click on the word line, you can actually do show object, and that will work as well. And I'm going to keep A, B, and C, so I'm going to click on these and remove the other points here. And now I have everything I want. Now remember, we're trying to prove that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So we're going to call this leg A, this is B, and this is C. So this is a square that's C by C. How are we going to find the area? There is a tool, and it's the area tool under the angle tool. You just click on the quadrilateral, gives you the area. Click on the next one, area, and the next one, this area. So let's open up our calculator, and you can see, so the yellow area plus the blue area, or A squared plus B squared, we're going to just put those numbers in. 4.16 plus the purple, actually 21, adds up to 25.15. Now this is a construction, so that I can move this around and it'll always be true. The strokes are going to get missed, so I'm going to move this out, and I'm going to go to my move key, make sure I'm hovering over the point A, because it won't work if that's just a segment. There we go. And I can make it any way I want. I guess I'll make it here, and I'll move all the points a little bit. See if I can get to, I'm trying to hover over to point C. It's a little bit, oh, there we go. And we can move B. We'll have to hover to find it. And here we go. And now let's check these numbers out. So let's see, the purple is 47.44, and I'm going to add that. Oops, I hit some wrong buttons there, so let me try that. 47.44, and I'm going to add that. I'm sure you can't see this on this video. 52, and that adds up to 76.97. So this is a construction of the Pythagorean theorem, and I'm going to ask you to do this for your assignment. Save it and put it into 703, and I hope you enjoy this video.